we're back to the nice leader today. Last time it was really well, we've got a new version, survival mode came in. Quickly take a look at the description. You'll find hard difficulty all too easy. Test the limits of your abilities to survive the winter apocalypse in the new survivor mode. You can pause the game only by opening a menu, and your progress is only saved automatically and on exit. Okay. So all your decisions are final. Okay, so we can only pause and cannot save when we open the menu. So we can't do what we did earlier. To start a new game in survivor mode, select the scenario and toggle the switch between the customization button. Okay, add survivor mode achievements. You can use keyboard shortcuts to set game speed to fast or very fast, that's good. Hunters coming back from the hunt now have to rest for a few hours. You can't send them to other work immediately. Okay, that's challenging. Remember, we made use of this trick early in the game. Fix the bug that prevented the consequences of emergency shifts from recurring. Watch out when you exert your workforce. Fix the bug that sometimes prevented newly built streets from connecting to the existing street net. Okay, that's good. We've seen that, but not very often. Is a rare case. Extraction rate of pickable resources now based on current efficiency. Okay, we'll take a look at the full patch notes after my broadcast. Okay, we have the loads. Nice. Hard. Day 27 it is. Okay, remember we're in this hard mode and we were having quite a bit of trouble earlier on, and I'm seeing what happened in the cruel leader mode. I actually wonder whether we can survive the extreme cold that's going to kick in later in around day 30-ish. So with very low level of resources, we have. Let's take a quick look. Marginally, we've got quite a bit of coal, but food, not so much. Our hothouse is very cold right now. Well, let's take a look. I've kind of forgotten where we left off. The steam hub is still on. This is the care house. Let's switch this on. I think we built this last time, and then I know what it is. Last time we built this and it was not heated by the steam hub around the location. Overdrive is 95%, so we just switched it off when we or before we left the game. Okay, let's take a look. What are we researching? That's improved heaters, workplaces we're saving. We have to suffer these few hours, and then we'll be back to -50, I think. Got a 24-hour work shift at the coal thumper. Bring in extra coal. We've got nobody at these hunters' hut. We're relying on the hothouse, but it wasn't working. It wasn't operational earlier on. We'll soon be seeing some hungry citizens. Then we've got 1 day left for the faith keepers. Faith. We can build now. We've got sufficient resource. Wow, let's take a look one more time. I don't want to. Okay, it affects the whole city. This was supposed to be our social section. This is the living section. This one is the resource section. Okay. I'm trying to put it closer to the heat source. Yeah, let's fill it in here. Don't let the Londoners disrupt the city. Okay. So let's get back to the outpost. I don't think we have sufficient resource to build it. Indeed. Public house. We've moved quite a bit of people to the public from the public house to collect these resources. Right now, I don't think we can do much. We can just let the time go past, and then we kick in the overdrive sometime after it had dropped. To 80%. 80 or 85. Okay, people starting to die. We can introduce a new law. Let's do it. Let's take a look. What else can we do quickly? Field kitchens. Raise the temperature of nearby workplaces by 1 level. We have to build 2 field kitchens. Okay, seems there's no trade-off. House of Healing. Doesn't require engineers, heals the gravely ill and gives all patients a small hope bonus. You have to build this. Heals people slower than the infirmary. 50 pieces of wood. This one 5 wood, 10 steel. Okay. These this seems better for the situation right now. Righteous denunciation. Small amounts of resources may be uncovered as well. Occasionally lowers discontent. Occasionally recover small amounts of resources. Discontent will rise. Not that I want to. Protector of the Truth. The captain will assume the title of Protector of the Truth. He will be the only one who can tell us what is right and what is wrong, so guide our faith. Captain's words. Well, now we have the faith keepers, we can sign this. Each use greatly reduces discontent. Interesting. I'm interested to see the final one. Remember this one we had at the cruel leader approach is the new order. Please give me a second. I'm back. Went off to pick up my cup. Okay, so really tempted to sign the Protector of the Truth, but let's take a check on the other side about adaptation. Okay, capacity of medical facilities double will raise discontent. So right now the situation seems to warrant this overcrowding, but let's not be too hasty about this decision. We won't sign the dueling law. We have this. Oh, we can still sign this. But no, we won't. We know we can lower discontent on the purpose side, so we won't do it here by trading off with hope for discontent lowering. This will be reduced permanently. Some people may be killed. So again, could affect hope. Let's take a pause here. Remember hope, when people die, the hope will fall. So I rather sign this on the purpose side. Not this one yet. This one's 50 wood. This one is tempting. I was trying to check how long do we still have to last. It's only a few hours. So signing that we don't even have sufficient time to build a few kitchens, but we have to keep this in mind. And when next extreme cold is in sight, then we will build this. Let's sign this one. See how high discontent will rise by signing this law. We switch on at 85%. We're almost there. We've got 76 people. Discontent rose almost 10%. It's time to switch it on, I believe. A little more. Come on, 85. Wow, so scouts number 1 have returned safely to the city. We've got more people to house with quite a bit of resources. Okay, so let's take a pause now. There's quite a lot to do. Let's send them back. Let's send this team back to the other side of the city. They'll arrive in 2 days and 3 hours. And then back to the city. We've got 3 houses to build. We've got plenty of food to cook. First, we maximize the hunter's hut to solve the food issue. We've got the cookhouse. What's this one? Oh, we've got the mended. Hope rises, discontent lowers. I think the cookhouse can have 1 less person. Well, I couldn't imagine all the people from arriving from the outside are workers. No children, no engineers. Okay, we've got these just housed. We'll have to see. For now, we have to build houses. Okay, our housing section. This is getting a little irregular here, but at least we can set it to as close to the Steam hub as possible. Okay, we can see whether its effect is affecting by looking at whether these buildings have lit up. This location seems fine. This one is not being affected by Steam Hub already. Okay, here seems fine. Here's still fine, but let's take a look at the other end. Okay, we still have a slot here. This is not affected by any of the Steam Hub. It blinked for a while, but somehow it's not anymore. Okay, here it is going to be alright, but okay, that's all it is. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, done. Now back to this and start the overdrive for a short while. I want to get the people healed, but not blowing up our generator. Oh, what's this? Truly wonders, our faith will guide us through the eyes. All our troubles are trivial in the face of eternity. Those who seek, wow, what a scene. Well, let's get back to the generator. We have to monitor that closely. This one is still very cold, even it's outside of the right, it's right there. But unfortunately the effect is not kicking in. It's almost daytime. warmth is coming in. It's critical level, yes and no. Come on. Temperature raises 94, 95. Okay, let's turn it off now. We still have to. Yes, we're back to -50. Not exactly perfect, but at least we're back to business. Okay, these two hothouses don't have full workforce because of sick people, and also this one is not being housed. Raw food 129. Then we can exchange one hunter and assign to the hothouse. Okay, they can't work 24 hours forever. We have to think about our resources, our coal resources. Let's build one more coal thumper. We don't want to waste our charcoal kiln. We still have these coal mines, but it's kind of tricky because it's right outside the heat zone. So I'd rather put something here. Now we have the Faith Keepers. I would like to see the effect of it. This is just a temple that will rise hope. Let's do both. Aha, that's an impressive drop on discontent. Okay, so if that's the case, we can do this by asking them to work a little longer. But be careful, once the effect of the Faith Keeper is gone, we'll see a large or a big jump. And then the other coal extraction location. It's quite cold over here. We have to solve this by signing the other law. Still 1 day, 8 hours to cool down. Okay, is that all we can do now? If we build one more coal thumper, we don't have that much workers. Okay, let's assign them back into the building. We've got 4 workers. I really don't want them to work at the coal pile. Faith Keepers, they're quite warm, even with the heater off. That's interesting. So can we switch this off? Maybe not for the hothouse. Let's see what happens. Okay, yes, exactly. So we can't really switch this off. A living section. Well, they think cold houses is now livable, so the next research will be critical. Let's get things moving for the moment. Okay, this one dropped. The cold house is gone, lack of medical care still up. 9 overtime work. Okay, and then we've got hungry people. The cookhouse. Let's take out the engineer and max out the number of workers. And then let's take a look at the food production. We're back on track. Coal looks good. This one is a little bit troublesome. Okay. Apologies, we've got a little bit of game crash over here, so we'll be back on. Okay, apologies, we're back. I hope the autosave works. Believe this is the one. Let's take a look. It happens sometimes. I guess it's because of the game. So let me take a quick look at the game setting once it has loaded the city, and then we have to take a check as well because we lost a few minutes when I look at the game save time. Okay, let's give it a pause. We still have the overdrive on. We're building, or we have this built already. We have houses being built, so not too bad. We were swapping around resources early on. These are the... What are these people doing? Oh, these are the hunters. They're coming back to the city. Okay, we said we send these people back to the coal thumper. Take out the engineer. Okay. We'll have to make use of these very quickly. Fill up the hothouse. We can send one more workers in. Oh, it works 24 hours. Wow. Public penance. Hope will rise when the ceremony begins. Some Londoners will decide to stay. People may be injured. Discontent will fall while the procession starts after midnight. I think we'll make that work later. This one is just chilly, it's alright. let's do this when we start the working hours. Okay, right now we only have 4 overtime work. Not even this location. We have been trying to play nice, but then it is difficult in terms of resources. We've got houses being built, so it should be fine very soon. Food, we have seen it will be fine. The sick, they're being treated now. So let's get to 6 AM after setting the working hours. This one is already okay. Let's take a look again. By increasing the working hours of coal gathering, we'll catch up the margin. We want to stock up for the next extreme cold. Food wise, we are fine. And then other resources, not extremely well. We may want a little bit more steel. Okay, let's do this. Let's bring some people. Take some people out from this and then send them to the steelworks. We want more steel for the research. And then the sawmill is already a full house. You can ask the other steelwork to work overtime, but we need the other building because otherwise more people will get sick. Let's do the cookhouse, assign them for the moment, and then monitor the overdrive. Don't want to get it going too quick. Last time we've seen it jumped up quite quickly, and then once we arrive 6 AM, then we'll make use of the fifth keeper. Okay, let's pause. 1 people died. Okay, let's switch this off. Ah, no, not yet. It's only 91. We want to have it to 95. Let's use the captain's words. Okay, we're set. And then back to the resources. Okay, the warmth is back, but then 2 other cold periods on the way. So it seems unavoidable that we have to stock up. Let's Gathering posts. Not this one. We want the coal thumper to work longer hours, not the coal pile. And then obviously the gathering posts. Okay. Hot house already. This one we need to solve later, not now. We've got quite a bit of steam cores we can use. Okay, let's use this. I believe we are good to go. Cookhouse we don't need extended hours. Hot house we need, and then let's see what happens. Okay, overdrive, let's monitor it. $94, $95. Okay, the warmth kicks in. Okay, let me save right here. Let's overwrite this. Okay, let's go back to game, just in case something wrong happens again. We've switched off the overdrive, the consumption looks fine. Expedition team later. Let's go back to consumption. I'm gonna take a quick look of all the coal consuming buildings. This one is interesting. I believe it's affected by the steam hub, but it's just a tiny corner. It's not being affected, but it's still in a livable condition. This Faith Keeper's building is really strong. Okay, it's amazing. Let's get back to our resource check. Okay, the K house is okay. What's going on with our Frostpunk? It seems it's dropping the game instead of the broadcasting. The compatibility of this with the GeForce experience I'm using seems to have some issue. Let me go to the setting and see. Graphics, full screen, yes. Can we change that? Okay, let's do lower frequency. A little bit lower quality. Okay, let me quickly restart. I hope this will help. Sorry for the interruptions. Okay, we're back on. Let me take a sip of water. Okay. This doesn't look too bad. Okay. This content rises and drops. It's blinking towards the goods. Got hungry people to feed. Okay, these are all having cooldown. Let's take a look at our resources. Okay, coal. We need to think about the storage very soon if we want to stock up. Food is fine with a little healthy margin of 10%. This one we've got a margin of roughly 15% maybe. We've got comfortable care house. This one we need to sort out. And all the houses are livable. Okay, seems we need to research the storage later on. What's that bang sound? Okay, improved heaters researched. Let's take a look. Okay, they'll consume 2 coal per hour when running. Generator efficiency, overdrive couplings. Okay, a stronger overdrive, but it won't last very long. There's a safety bypass, but it's level 5 technology. Efficiency, we would love that, but for now, okay, Outpost Depot will absolutely boost our resource. It needs 13 hours to build. To research. I think we need this one quickly. Got 8 hours. We want to store more resource. It's 50%. We'll take it. But first, take a look at the food and shelter, cookhouse insulation. We would love to have. Infirmary sounds good. Healthcare insulation, that may help. Well, every bit of it may help. Flying hunters, we love that. Okay, a lot of things we need to research before the next code comes in. Okay, these we can research during the code. So this one looks more imminent. Let's start. Okay, got 6 hours of coal left. Quite a bit of resources. So let's think about what to build really. Shelter during working hours. They can be housed in there. Got care house, medical post. Foods is pretty much alright. Don't want to. This one is really tricky. We want to keep the workplace warm. We need that thing about signing new law. This shrine, we have it. All over the place. It's affecting the workplace. Okay, bad food. That's our trouble right now. Medical care. Bad food. Why? Because we're cooking soup. We've got 20% more from soup. Let's see whether we can turn that into standard meal. It's 20%. We've got 320. So if we drop by 20%, that's like 250-ish. So it's not sufficient for all the people. So what we have to do is either we fill a little bit more people to the hunter's hut, or we build one more hothouse just to serve the need of food. We've got one here. Hothouse is producing more raw food than the hunters, so we can swap the hunters to the hothouse. If we're not using this, we can actually dismantle it and build a hothouse, and then we can solve the bad food issue and lower the discontent. Can get back some wood from this one. I'm thinking whether to build a hothouse here or over there. It's a little bit far from the generator, but there's a steam hub already. Maybe the flying hunters later on. We want to do this in parallel. There's a steam hub, there's a shrine. Believe this location is good. Okay, for coal, we don't have much workers, so we need to swap our resources later on. Let's start the clock. Last things built. Remember the hunter's hut, we can't change the work shifts, but this one we can. Okay, the food issue is slightly getting slightly better. We still need more raw food. So by having this hothouse being built, we should be back on track. Let's try this one. This process has to be kickstarted in midnight. We want to change the Londoner's mind. Okay, let's free up this hunter's hut. Send them in. Switch on the heater. Take a look at the consumption. Okay, doesn't look good. This is dropping very slowly. Okay, we need more people on coal. Why is it so high? Okay, let's see what's the issue. Choice or duty? Sir, a group of preachers is here to talk to you about the public penance. They think it goes too far. We all agree that penance should be a choice, not a duty. You can't force people towards the truth. It must grow freely in their hearts. Discontent will fall. Hope will rise. Okay, we need hope more than discontent right now. We're saying the coal resource is not ideal. So this is one of. Let's take a look. Coal farm per 486 per day. Coal mine is 204. Well, obviously coal thumper is a better choice for the moment. Let's take a look at the other one. This is the coal mine. Okay. Research is about to complete. I think we've got another. Yes, right over here. They are working in chilly condition. The cookhouse, we've got spare workers. I think we are good. Let's take a look again. Health check. Food, absolutely wonderful now. Coal, still short of people. Not short of people working on it. Basically, it's indeed one more location to produce coal. Other resources, wood is about to reach its storage limit, but it will be fine. Then we can have one less worker here, and then maybe not this one. Not the cookhouse, they're pretty quick. Public house. Need to sort out the coal issue, but I just can't figure it out right now. Let this person go to rest. Okay. Hello, hi Eva. How are you? Okay. Let's see if we build one more coal thumper. We want to put it right next to. I'm good, Eva. I'm good, thank you. How does this game look to you? I'm trying to sort out the coal production issue right now. Trying to keep our people warm. Let's do this right next to this section. This is the resource section we have. Gathering posts around. I've got one of these. No, not the survival mode yet, but it's the hard mode. So you see things are at the edge of falling apart. We've got tight resources and happy people. Well, actually, they can get unhappy very easily. The survival mode. I'll try that after I experience this hard mode. So right now we've got this coal mine. We've got 3 gathering posts working. So I just want to take a look at the 2 that's sitting next to each other. It's not this one. Let's get to the other chimney. Oh, the big storm hasn't come in yet, so we've got the Londoners right here. So yes, it's pretty much close to the end of the first scenario. Let's take a look. I've got the other gathering post. So 108 KC is right here. Okay, this one is producing 52.6 per hours. It's right almost exactly double. So we don't touch this, but rather here. We've got quite a big pile, so let's set the gathering post nearby. I think we have to set it here. Should be able to cover the coal. The thing is, we can't see it. We see a green pile of coal here, but if we put farther apart, we want to have the effect of the steam hub. But then this is the only place where it can go. It's covering the entire coal pile, but let's try. Let's build a piece of road. And let's get the clock going. We can do a new research. Okay, last time we sought out the resource issue. We've got the gathering post installation, coal mining optimization. Coal mines, steam coal mines, and advanced coal mines will be 10% more efficient. We've got one coal mine at the moment. So either we research this one to solve our coal challenge, or we start to research some of these to give better food to our people. Let's take a quick look again. So right now we're still short of coal. Food is roughly fine with 50, close to 50. It's 48 rations more than what we need, but we're producing soup. So if we cut that down by 20%, we'll have a shortage. So even with the new hothouse on, it's not doing much help at the moment. So either we build a new hothouse which will consume more coal, that's not a good choice, or we try to solve the coal issue right now. Let's kickstart the generator efficiency upgrade. So we'll burn 10% less coal. It will be important because the consumption from the generator should be the highest. It's an overall decrease. Okay, we've got the ceremony going on. Whoa, issue. Let's take a look. More sick beds needed. Captain, some of our people concerned about the rising number of untreated sick. They're asking you to address the problem. Okay, let's take a look at the conditions. We'll have 3 days to build one more medical post. That's not difficult. With the resources we have now, we can achieve that. But we have to move engineers in. Promised sick will be treated. Admit 1/3 of the sick to treatment. It's interesting. This one is going to raise the discontent. So we are a nice leader. If you notice on the top left corner, I'm playing in parallel on different days. One is on a nicer approach that's currently going on. The other is a more cruel leader. So which one is a nicer choice to the people? Both having 3 days. I'm really skeptical about one more medical post. The infirmary seems to be a better choice. Well, let's get this done, and once the quest finishes, we replace it. Or we just go ahead with the infirmary. But we only have 3 days. We have to do the research. That should be sufficient. We have sufficient time. But then we'll trade that off with the other technologies that will be helpful. Remember, here we've got, if you can see the blurred day chart, in roughly a day's time, the cold will kick in. It's 1 level drop, it's minus 60 degrees. So medical post against infirmary. 3 days, 1/3 of the sick. When the cold kicks in, more people will fall sick. But then if we solve the heating issue, we can sign the law. So I think this one is a more nicer approach to the people. So let's do this. We've got 35 sick. Let's take a pause. Medical. Got care house. Only need wood for medical post, but the issue is this one is 3%. The issue is we need engineers. But if we take a look at the healthcare, the infirmary, with 10 beds, they're treated faster than in medical posts. Gravely ill can be treated safely and reliably. So it's the time to get onto this. We need 13 hours to research, and then we need another few hours to build. I think that's the right choice. We've got how many hours left for this to be researched? Okay, we need 13 hours. So it will be night time. Research, this content is low. Let's ask them to work a few more hours. Okay, we've got 3 people. Spare workforce. I think the research of storage is already completed, so I think why the storage is still not out. Maybe we need to build let's not put him here. Let's put him here, and then need some storage facilities. This is our resource section. Okay. The other side, no, it will be cold. This here is the living section. Likewise. Medical section. Okay, so here we build gathering posts. Not gathering posts, resource depot. Almost picked the wrong choice. Let's build 2 of them to stock up our resource. Okay. We've got 3 gravely ill. With roughly 3 days. Let's take a look at what others we can do. burial ceremony is... Okay, London has dropped. Very good. This will raise help. We need 20 food rations. Let's do one more time. And then we'll switch to better food. Okay, this will beat all the weakness out of you. Stop fighting, the pain will cleanse you. It'll soon be over and you'll be with us again. Look how the reverse the evil leaves them. Well, that's, I don't know, a little bit scary. Okay, hope rolls a lot. Wow, we've got no negative factor on hope right now. So bad food and lack of medical care is what we need to solve. Okay, we have this taken care of. So it was a better choice in hindsight. Okay, the hothouse. Let's take this out and put this back to the hothouse. Oh no, it's actually the gathering post. Okay, we don't need him then. Sawmill. Yes, maybe. Steel. Yeah, I think that sawmill is better. We need more wood for research. So let's do it later on. Let the clock runs. Our expedition team will arrive soon. I think we need to build an outpost very soon. Okay, we need this gathering post to start working on coal. Where do we get the people? Cookhouse. They may need to cook longer hours, really. Okay. Let's think about where can we have more. Hopefully we have more survivors. Foods. Well, we can change all the hunters' hut to cookhouses, but then this won't solve the heating issue. That's all we have. We need the outpost quickly. That's what it means. Public house. There's nobody here. It's after office hours. Interesting. So there's nobody we can assign right now. So we can actually swap between here to there. Let's lower the production, maximize the gathering post, and assign one more worker here. Okay, 24 hours working is this little spider. Okay, I believe we can move towards the day. Got hungry people, too starving. Just don't have food rations. Okay, the cold is kicking in. Okay, we've got more people. Okay, we need houses, we have some food, that's good news. Okay, let's take a pause again. Okay, where can we send them to? The other end is pretty much fully explored. This side we have another team going. It's time to build an outpost. Let's disband this team for now, I would say. We'll assign them to work on something else. Let's take a look. Storage new capacity. Where are our 2 storage facilities? Here. That's for wood. That's for, I would say, coal. I'm tempted to say coal. That's 900. We need to pile up food rations that's far away still as well. Okay, let's assign full force to these locations before we call our day off. Oh, I thought they arrived with a lot more people, but it's not showing here yet. But the houses requirement has already came in. Okay, here's our challenge. All the heaters at our living section has been occupied. Okay, we can still build one more. That's going to be covered by the steam hub, but not anywhere here anymore. Okay. Here is it? No, 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 no. Not even the spot. So the range of steam hub is going to matter for our next research. So either we build don't want to build here. This is not the living section, and it's going to be difficult to manage later on. I want to stick to where we have houses. Here, once the generator, the steam hub range is solved, then it will cover the entire section. I think this is closer to the steam hub. Let's pick here. And then we have to remember these spiritual buildings. This one. Okay, 2, 3. I've got 3 of them. And here, 4. Okay. It's not showing up. It's interesting. We've got 30 plus people that came in, but okay, they are all injured. That's why we don't have any spare workforce. Okay. So we need to heal them pretty quickly. We have food rations. It's just the medical part we have to sort out now. They have long curing time. Okay, what's the issue here? First Londoners convinced to stay. That's good news. Several of the people who wanted to flee to London have decided to trust you and stay. They say that your recent decisions convinced them there is hope for us here yet. Very glad to hear that before we drop off. Okay, it's interesting, even the exploration team is not fully in force, so a lot of them are sick, I believe. So here we are at the final part of today's episode. Not too bad overall, with high level of hope. We just have to sort out the medical and bad food issue. Overtime work is unavoidable now, no matter how much I would love to let the people work at normal hours. Okay, let's take a check at the cookhouse before we left. Still on soup. Think we can be on standard meal pretty soon. Okay, so thank you for watching today. Hope to see you in the next episode. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good day or enjoy the rest of your evening. See you. Cheers.